schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Welcome to Fifth Street Sports, folks. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian, my co-host. We're on Sports Byline, USA Radio Network, American Forces, iHeart, and we stream live on Facebook and YouTube at Fifth Street Sports. We're also on Twitter at Fifth Street Sports. Boy, Brian, we got a real choppy, ugly, windy, cold day out here in Vegas, April 16th, and we're in the 60s. So... And here is my apologies, Brian. Yesterday when I came in, I told you I stopped at Las Vegas Baseball Park and got you a wind report from the Aviator game, right? But it was noon. It was noon, and it was kind of calm. Winds were blowing. When I was driving home, I said, uh-oh, I better call Brian. We got major gusts of wind blowing out. I think I should stay close to game time before I give it, because then the balls were just flying out. The game went way over.
I think what I might do in the future is just follow Finn on Instagram and Twitter. You know, he's texting, he's posting all day long. He's probably going to have all that info. You might just reach out to Finn, ask him if he can give you a little guidance with the wind from time to time.
Oh, speaking of Finn, first of all, folks, I want to take this opportunity. Yesterday I was bashing on the cheapos in the NBA, which was Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan. Those are confirmed cheapskates, okay, confirmed. I mentioned Charles Barkley because of that one waitress. Maybe, it was a mistake because I heard that Charles is really a good tipper. One waitress might have had a bad deal one day. So, Charles, I'm recanting that. I'm sorry, buddy. But the other one is no tipping Pippin. That's the other cheapskate for all confirmed. So if you're a waitress, the last thing you wanted to see in your restaurant was the 96 Bulls coming in. Because...
yeah.
Hey,
the dream team, right?
Yeah, but you know what I was going to ask you, because I just got home from the vet with my little dog because he stubbed his paw. If in baseball, if Finn stubs his paw or his thing, does he play hurt? Has there been a dog injury in bat history?
Those guys laid on the line every night. Bat dogs, absolutely. Yeah, they're tough, man.
All right, Brian, when we come back, let's talk about some baseball. Fifth Street Sports, back right after this break, folks.
At Indeed, we believe a resume is a great way to see an overview of a candidate, but you're not hiring a resume, you're hiring a person. That's why we offer tools to give you a deeper sense of the people behind the paper, like skill tests, which let you actually see a candidate's abilities in action to make sure they're a good fit for the job. See beyond the resume with Indeed. Increase your visibility to great candidates with the free sponsored job upgrade on your first job posting at Indeed.com/promo. The sponsored job upgrade is a $50 sponsored job credit. Users are charged once the credit is spent or it expires. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Trade Pros. Ferguson is committed to making business with us the easiest part of your day. Ferguson.com is designed to help run your business from the office to the job site by making your day-to-day activities easier with 24/7 account access, unmatched online inventory, and on-the-go account management. And with our Pro Plus customer loyalty program, you can earn points with every online purchase, redeemable for merchandise, event tickets, trips, and more. Sign up today at Ferguson.com.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the Tax Helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Welcome back, folks, to Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, where we're streaming live at Facebook and YouTube. Also catch us at iHeartRadio and American Forces. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian. Brian, before we get to this unbelievable comeback yesterday, I just want to say to the folks, sorry, we had a bad day. Believe me, I was going to try sharing a Uber out to Hoover Dam. I had under in both of those games. So, folks, we had a bad one. Hopefully today we come back a little bit. But, Brian, what do you think about that? 7:45 to play, third quarter, down by 31 at Golden State.
It's like the Golden State Warriors from my childhood. That's like the Warriors from the 80s. That's like something that would happen to them, not the 2019 Warriors. Hard to believe that can happen. But I guess at some point you lose sight of what's important, playing defense. You become fixated with playing soft defense, shooting the three, and it was the perfect storm. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again.
Well, here, now, let me ask you a question. Let's say you would have gone out of your mind and made a huge bet on Golden State on the money line. Now you fall asleep, you take a nap, and then your wife's saying, "Come on, honey, let's go shopping." And you say, "Well, let me check the score." And you see the score is 100-69, Golden State. Do you go ahead and do you go ahead and start spending your money there? Just start spending your Golden State money line.
I might even try to be the husband of the year, the hero, and turn off the cell phone and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm not even going to keep the cell phone turned on. I'm turning it off."
Boy, I am so glad that you mentioned. I can't believe we're on the same wavelength. I have actually promised my wife under the threat of sperm pressure, because she says, "I'm not sleeping with you if you ever bring that cell phone to dinner again or to the movies or anywhere." So I can't believe you mentioned that. But I would have did the same thing too, saying like, "I got this. Oh, don't worry about it, honey. I got this," and turn off the cell phone. How sick would you have been when you got home?
The first thing I would have thought was that I saw the score incorrectly, that I had the score transposed somehow.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's now it's a pretty tough defeat. If that happens to a team like Toronto, you have to think that maybe they're done. But obviously, the Warriors are a super team. Although they did lose DeMarcus Cousins, and he's really been a catalyst coming down the stretch. That their kind of resurgence to the top of the league coincides a lot with his addition to the starting lineup.
What happened to Cousins in that game?
He either sprained or tore a quad muscle, so it looks like he's done for the year.
Yikes! Wow.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Did you ever sprain a quad playing highlight, Frank?
Nope. I played pro 8 years. I only had 3 injuries. Now remember, the highlight ball is harder than a golf ball. and it's going over 108.
Right.
It's been clocked at 188. It's usually in the 150s, 160s. Harder than a golf ball. So we wear helmets. They started the helmet law in '68 in Florida when Orbea, best player in the world, he got hit in the head. Ball actually was indented into his head. It was, and he should have been dead, but he survived. Then they started the helmet law. I actually got hit.
It bounced off his head. It didn't actually become part of his head.
No, because every once in a while, okay, there's a shot called a cortada, which you throw that one at about 165 miles an hour. You slice it right over the red rim, and in order to make that shot, it's almost like you're defending the goal in soccer. You know, you're about on a penalty shot. You're a big dog, but you got to make a decision. You cut inside or you cut outside, and you just hope the 1 out of 4 times that you guess right and highlight. Well, when he guessed, the other player switched his shot, and he actually got hit. It was so unbelievable, and it happened at Miami Highlight too. Wow. or Bea, the best player in the world by far. And then they started the helmet law in Florida. They said that's enough of that. If Orbea can get hit, anybody can get hit. Which I'm glad.
You're glad he got hit.
I've gotten hit 3 times, but never in the head.
Okay.
See.
Now, in a lot of guys these days, I've noticed. With kids, we have the. Kids have to wear a cup. There's always someone checking to make sure they have the cup on. But a lot of big leaguers don't actually wear the cup. They think that it inhibits their mobility. And highlight, is that a shortcut that people take?
I mean, come on. Did you see the film from Reno Highlight that night? I never wore a cup. Are you just joking with me? Because that was one of my worst injuries in the whole world. I've only gotten hit three times. And believe me, I got lucky twice because the object was don't hit any bone because it's going to shatter bone. So if you get hit, try to get hit in a muscle. It's going to inflame the muscle real bad. I got hit in the back, which wasn't too bad, and I got hit behind the calf. But my most embarrassing and disgusting night ever happened at Reno Highlight Saturday night. I'm dating an Australian dancer, and I asked her to come down. She had the night off. She's sitting in the front row. It was packed. I was leading the 10th game singles championship. I was going to show off. We were only 18. And, buddy, in the 11th game doubles, I win the 10th game singles. And I told her to bet $20 on me, so she was so happy. I was like Superman that night. And in the 11th game, I'm playing with a real chicken SH whatever back quarter. He was a real chicken, never liked to go deep into the wall. The ball comes slicing off the back wall. I turn my back because I think he's going to get in there and save this. He bails out. The ball hits the back wall, and on one hop at about 45 miles an hour, hit me straight directly in the testicles. I swear to you, The next thing I know, I woke up at Washoe Medical Center. I got carried out. I just imagine that girl in that front row. But I ended up dating her for about a year. And it was a great time, but the first date was not good. Not good.
Oh, man, that is right up there with. I don't recall ever seeing anything like that. I've seen guys get hit down low, but never like at that angle with that intensity that it takes them out of the game.
Oh yeah, I was out, but we did not wear cups. We did not wear cups.
Now, what about today? Do you think that?
No.
Yeah.
Because
slow you down or what?
Yeah, it would. It was so uncomfortable. It cuts the sides, and in highlight, you're cutting sideways too much, so it cuts. Yeah. You got to take your chances. But now with the helmet, obviously, like Freddie, he was a really good front quarter, African American front quarter, the only one. He was playing at West Palm Beach, and he got hit in the side, right next to where the helmet protects him, and he actually lost his eye on the court. And
Goodness.
I seen a guy in Tijuana when I turned pro. He got hit and all his teeth came out. That's the two worst injuries that I witnessed. Most of the injuries that I seen were either hit like in the back, in the leg, in the knee. They were bad, but 3 weeks later you were back out on the court. So, but you didn't see that many players get hit because we watched out for each other. Believe me. I mean, I even gave up a point one time because the front quarter stepped in front of me when I was going to throw a carom shot, and I would have won the point, and I conceded the point just to not hit him. And I don't know if he would have done
Wow.
that for me, you know.
That's wow. That's a painful story to even listen to. I know Yadier Molina had a similar injury about this time last year, actually. That he was out for I don't know if you remember that, but that was a pretty horrific injury last year.
Speaking of injuries, do you believe that when we come back, let's talk about it, Brian, but do you believe that the injuries in the 30s through, let's say, the 70s in baseball when Mantle and even the 20s with Cobb and that, like they were the same injuries, only those guys were tougher and they played through them?
No, I don't think his players are nearly as tough as those guys. Then again, I don't think those guys we heard about all of that. I think a lot of their injuries were unreported. But yeah, that's a great topic. One of my favorites. Let's kick that around in the next segment.
You got it, brother. Folks, Fifth Street Sports. When we come back, we're going to talk some baseball injuries. And in the third segment, we got a little bit of work to do today in the NBA to get that dough back from yesterday. But we'll be back right after this timeout.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Attention, this important consumer alert is brought to you by Annuity Action Network. Hey, did you know it's possible to receive upfront money from your monthly settlement payments? It's true. If you receive monthly payments from an annuity or a structured settlement and you need a lump sum immediately, then you need to call Annuity Action Network. With your cash today, you can pay off credit card debt, pay medical bills, fund your education, or improve your home. You don't need to wait. Call the Annuity Action Network now to get your fast cash with no hidden costs. And if you call today, we'll even send you a $100 cash gift card just for verifying your settlement payments and your contact information. If you have a structured settlement or an annuity and you want cash now, call Annuity Action Network right now.
800-514-9170. 800-514-9170. That's 800-514-9170.
Fifth Street Sports, folks. We're back here on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian. Before we get to our talk, we're talking about injuries in baseball. Just want to say to the folks listening out there in Carson City at the Gold Dust West. That's where my brother works. He's I guess he's a big boss over there, and they got great prime rib, $9.95. We'll give you a plug there. Gold Dust West in Carson City. Thanks for watching and listening, guys. Anyways, Brian, so let's go through some of these now. That was a highlight injury, okay? So let's talk about, I don't know, let's figure out anything you got in baseball or anything?
Yeah, you mentioned the players from earlier generations and how tough they were compared to today's players. I think a lot of the really colorful stories, some of them came out afterwards, but some of them I don't know that we really ever knew. If Babe Ruth had a wild night out on the town, he might just sit, the next day. We might not necessarily, be aware of any kind of crazy injury. But in the recent years, it seems like every time you turn around, there's just a really freak injury in baseball. Did you ever? You mentioned guys getting hit in the head and other situations. You probably never had crazy freak injuries with guys pulling a suitcase out of their car and straining a shoulder or things like that.
Yeah,
in highlight. Right?
Yeah, we did. Believe it or not, just like in highlight, we always had a masseuse. You always got massages in the locker room and all that. I would say in all of my pro time, I might have had 7 or 8 injuries. They were always back. Like a guy would go out there and just to tie his shoe. Next thing you know, he's on the floor and he's got a scratch for the night. They got to bring in another player. Just tying his shoe, he'd throw his back out.
Yeah. So those seems like they're happening more and more often, and I don't know if it's the if it has something to do with the salaries that players make these days, or teams just don't want to rush things. But you see a lot of crazy injuries. So what if you had to? What would you say? Do you have a favorite baseball injury that's occurred over the say like the last 30, 40 years since you've been following baseball?
Gosh, no, I no, because I know the horrible about like Dravecky when he lost. Dravecky actually lost his arm. That was like a legitimate.
No, that's not a funny one. And no. I shouldn't even say this is funny coming off of the heels of your testicle injury that you just bravely shared with the rest of us.
That was very bad night for me.
I guess, yeah, I can imagine. There was a similar injury that happened in baseball a while back when Ken Griffey Jr. was playing, where he was actually wearing a cup, but the cup shifted and ended up pinching his testicle, and he actually ended up having to miss a game as a result. So sometimes cups aren't always protective; they can be damaging as well. All right.
Ouch. Ouch. Hey, but do you think that maybe the guys in the, let's say, the teens through the 70s were like, especially the guys in like the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s, you're talking about, through Prohibition, through the World Wars, through the Depression, they didn't make that much money. Like they were real guys fighting, scraping. Nobody wanted to hear nothing. If you had, they played. I mean, it's just like when you hear the old timers, that don't want to blow money and they're kind of cheap and they say, "Oh, I went through the Depression. I don't wait." Same thing with these players now. Don't you think that they're just not hungry like those other guys were?
You mean the guys in the, like say 1915 didn't fall asleep on a suntan bed like Marty Cordova and have to go on the DL with a sunburn? That didn't happen back then?
No, really? Now what happened to Marty?
He was thinking he was on a tanning bed and he fell asleep on the tanning bed and was severely sunburned. Had to go to a doctor and that was actually a pretty nasty injury. But that's probably something that wouldn't happen. Of course, there's no telling how many games Babe Ruth missed because of gout. Right. And you don't hear about gout on the DL. Well, I guess you did a little bit with who was the pitcher that had gout maybe 15 years ago? David Wells. David Wells had gout. But that's typically not something we see anymore. Now, I'm always amused at, I try not to say something that sounds misogynist, but in the WNBA, for example, they don't have the same rules with having to explicitly describe injuries. They'll just say personal reasons, or sometimes they just don't say.
No. Now, hang on. Like, what do you think those personal reasons are? Like, for a girl to miss a basketball game, she has a personal reason. Do you think it's because she didn't get a Valentine's card, or because maybe her dress, that before she went to the game, her dress didn't fit? What do you think that personal injury might be?
Maybe it was like a good movie she wanted to go watch that day, or
no. Come on, Now it's a girl, and you've been married, and you dated when you were young. What was usually an excuse that a girl would give you for when you couldn't believe she broke a big date, and she says, "I don't feel like going because
gotta wash my hair."
No, there was. I mean. What would make a girl, like, you were a lock for a great date and then she'd cancel on you? Why would she do that? It had to have like maybe bloating. Maybe there was some blood involved. That's why they scratch in the WNBA.
It happens from time to time in the WNBA. Actually, the sport that happens in the most frequently is actually a really interesting story written by a caddy on the LPGA tour a few years ago, but it's a big issue in women's golf, because the one thing that as bad golfers that we take for granted is to be an elite golfer, you need to be able to control your not just your direction but your distance consistently. You'd be able to have a 5-iron, for example, go a dependable distance, and that phenomenon is really, really difficult on female golfers. So you'll typically see even a lot of the best female golfers in the world will intentionally schedule a tournament that they're going to miss, maybe every fourth week. Yeah, that's certainly one. Now, there's been a lot of crazy ones. Tim Tebow, I believe, injured himself stepping on a sprinkler head this year. That's not. There's been a couple of guys that have injured themselves vomiting, broken ribs or strained muscles. Yeah, there was a guy back in the I want to say in the 70s, guy that had a afro that actually got stuck or got impacted by a ceiling fan. And he,
no, come on.
Believe it or not, no, I swear to God, he had strained hair, and he couldn't put his cap on, so he had to miss a couple of games.
Hey, but you do know the worst bad beat baseball ailment or injury that happened to a player, don't you?
No, what would that be?
It was Wally Pippen. Remember Wally Pippen?
Wally Pip.
Yeah, Wally. Yeah, I keep thinking Pippen. Yeah, Wally Pip. That was. Yeah. Don't you think? Okay, here's Wally Pip starting first baseman, New York Yankees, and one day he tells the coach, "Hey, coach, I got a headache. I like to take the day off." Coach says, "That's fine. All right." So he brings up this clown named Lou Gehrig, and we know what happened after that, right?
Pride of the Yankees, and I'll tell you.
No, he never missed another game, Lou Gehrig.
Never missed until he had the worst luck of I think any baseball player, but even including Wally Pip. Think of the odds of Lou Gehrig developing Lou Gehrig's disease. That has to be one of the biggest long shots in all of baseball, right? All things for him.
Yeah, it's right up there with a guy that's won 20 games 15 times and 30 games 4 times and doesn't win the Cy Young Award.
Are you referring to Cy Young?
Yeah, I mean he didn't win the Cy Young Award.
Yeah, right.
But but I mean, just imagine. I mean, you go home and you just say, "Honey, I had a headache and I sat out today," and the next thing you know, it's you're done. Like Lou starts for the next 15 or 20 years.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I'll tell you another one that was that comes to mind is David Cohn, I believe, was bitten by the dog of his mother-in-law. Missed a game. That was kind of
oh, really?
That was a crazy one.
And I liked him.
Yeah.
He was tough. Cohn was tough.
He was tough. Yeah. So it must have been a pretty fierce dog. So you're back to your original question about Finn. Yeah, I don't know if Finn has to miss a game. What do you think the Aviators do? Do you think that Finn takes the needle, or do you think they have a dog they can call out from AA to the Aviators?
Yeah. I think they do. I think they do have dogs probably in AA that they would call up into the. But gosh, let me ask you. So, oh gosh, we got to go on a break, folks. When we come back, I know we've been having a little fun with injuries. When we come back, folks, it's Talk You Can Bet on 5th Street Sports. We'll be back right after this timeout. We're going to try to find you something to make some money on today. Back in just after this break.
Hey guys, your prostate should be the last thing on your mind, but the fact is, the older you get, the more likely you'll have prostate problems, which can affect your everyday life. That's where Prostate Complete by Real Health comes in. Prostate Complete is the result of 20 years of experience as a leader in men's health. The powerful formula in Prostate Complete supports natural prostate function and reduced urinary urges for a better quality of life. Available at Walmart. Visit prostate1perday.com for special offers. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Taming the briar patch, mowing the lawn, trimming the Yeti. Whatever you call it, it's about time we talked about manscaping. Guys, you manscape, right? Keep things trimmed and fresh below the waist. 9 out of 10 women of all ages prefer their guy manscaped. But you got to have the right tools for the jewels, or you'll look like you used a machete. Pop over to manscaped.com and check out their perfect package. No, not that perfect package. I'm talking about the Manscaped Perfect Package 2.0 that was a smash hit on Shark Tank. It features the lawnmower, a precision trimmer engineered for below-the-waist grooming. Its skin-safe technology means no more accidental nicks and burns. Check out the lawnmower and the amazing grooming and hygiene products that come with your perfect package. What's that saying? Oh yeah, trim the shrubs and the tree stands taller. Get 20% off plus free shipping today. Visit manscaped.com and use promo code USA. Again, use promo code USA at manscaped.com. That's manscaped.com.
The backyard's looking great, Rob.
Thanks, man. I was planning on adding a deck, too. Know any good contractors?
Why don't you just ask Home Advisor?
Home what?
HomeAdvisor.com. You just tell them about your project and they match you with local pros that can do the job.
Nice. Now, how much does it cost?
Oh, Home Advisor's totally free to use. Plus, you can read customer reviews, check pricing, and book appointments for free.
What's the website again?
HomeAdvisor.com. Or just download the free Home Advisor app.
Home Advisor.
5th Street Sports, folks. We're back. Talk You Can Bet on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian. We are on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, iHeartRadio. Brian, we're back. Boy, we've been talking a lot of injuries, and it's kind of a weird subject. Nobody talks about it, but I think that the guys were tougher back then. What do you think?
Oh, without a doubt, they were tougher back then. Yeah, and I hear the highlight players were tougher back then as well.
I do. Well, Brian, we got a short. Hey, Andrew, you got anything that our social seems to be blowing up a little bit? What do you got? From
so as always, we've got our live streams going simultaneously during the show. Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk and YouTube.com/Fifth Street Sports. And today we've got plenty of messages through our YouTube chat, so I'm just going to comb through them. Yesterday we actually had some trouble getting some of them up, so today we got it back going. So today we start with I'm going to throw a bunch at you guys, and then from there you guys can just address them, after I drop them all. So the first one here is courtesy of Scott Craich. Excuse me if I mispronounced that. Through our YouTube live chat, and he said, will the Magic cover tonight +10? Brian, Ricky are the best. And then your brother, Albert Perez, through our YouTube live chat, said, and yet you still had 3 kids after you spoke about the old highlight to the testicles incident.
Oh, thank you.
And then Billy Donlin came in, and he said, Ajax 2-1 versus Real Madrid in the 68th minute. Say goodbye to Ronaldo. He actually meant Juventus. Ajax Juventus is going on right now. I think it's too early to say that. We got to wait until the dust settles off this one, Billy. And then Billy came in again, and he said, Wade back to coaching at LSU. What happened, Oklahoma, Brian? That's just about it. A couple other comments from your brother who's thanks for watching, Albert. We appreciate it. And everybody else, Billy, Scott, everybody else that watches, listens, we appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Oh, let's address that one that's attacking you, Brian, and then we'll go to Scott's thoughts on Oklahoma. Oh,
it's not attacking me, but I am skeptical that it's a permanent decision. Yeah, Will Wade has been reinstated at LSU, and I suppose that he came in, had his conversation with the athletic director, and the NCAA sat in on it, and at the moment there's not enough there to remove him. I don't know if he's back for good, if this is a procedural technique that is necessary before he's ultimately removed from the position so that he doesn't have a lawsuit, against LSU. But maybe they just made him a what's your favorite term for Will Wade and LSU, Frank?
I forget. But let me ask you a question, Brian.
Strong ass offer.
Oh yeah,
maybe they just made him a strong ass offer.
Yeah, strong. Well, let me ask you a question, because you broke the story actually about 3 to 4 weeks ahead of the media on this, and then it was confirmed. At the point when it was confirmed, what would you have put Will Wade's chances of being in this position right now today?
It would have been maybe not as bad as the Clippers with 7 minutes to go in the game last night, but not too far from there.
Well, here's I just thought of something, Brian. So let's just say that it's not a technique. Like he's not going to get fired. He's actually going to be back. Do you think he walks around the campus with that same kind of inner shame that, let's say, like Bill Clinton after the Monica scandal, he refused to step down and went right in front of the cameras, no big deal, and no problem. Even when he was impeached and the whole deal. Do you still believe that Will Wade walks around the campus in a little bit of shame?
I don't know that Bill Clinton ever walked around with inner shame afterwards, but I get the point, and I don't think so. No, I think they love him at LSU. In fact, I think that the guy that's maybe walking around looking over his shoulder is the athletic director. I think that guy's kind of drawn a lot of criticism by fans for pulling the trigger a little quickly on
Good.
Will Wade. But
well, good. I mean, hey, because everybody should be forgiven. So even if he did it or whatever, if he's a good coach and should be there, good for him.
Including Jerry Tarkanian, who I don't think was ever even scrutinized. He was always accepted, no matter what, right?
Jerry was the man. And speaking of Jerry, we're going to have a guy from he was on Channel 3, and I think he was on the radio show yesterday with Cofield and these guys, and his name is Sean McCullum. He is probably considered the #1 Rebels fan. His dogs are named Tarkanian. The other one's named Danny. They're all Rebel dogs. He is going to come on the show and present to you some most interesting Tarkanian facts. I think he'll be on next Thursday or Friday. It's going to be a very, very interesting show. I hope he doesn't come all painted up in red like the Rebels, but he should. It should be fun. Now, Brian, getting back to a question from Scott, because he said, you and Rick are really good in the NBA. He asked for your opinion on this game tonight, +10, Orlando.
Yeah. So sounds like he's an Orlando fan. And I think at 10.5, I'd probably take Orlando. I liked Toronto on the opener. I laid 9.5 on Toronto. And if you remember last week, I anticipated that Toronto was going to have their hands full in this series. I liked Orlando in game 1. I liked the under in game 1. They both cashed. I think there's a little value on Orlando. I think Toronto comes out of the gate playing well, but I think when it's all said and done, I think I'd rather have 10.5 than be giving 10.5.
Right, and yesterday we talked about the zigzag effect, and boy, was it in play. All the games went under. Yesterday, both games flew over. Clippers get hammered, then they actually win at Golden State. Philadelphia destroys Brooklyn after Brooklyn beat them. What a absolute perfect zigzag in that.
Yeah. And then would you describe me as a homer when it comes to the Oklahoma City Thunder or anything from Oklahoma?
I've known you long enough that I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan. When they lost to the Tigers in '68, I cried. I used to look at Lou Brock's stolen bases every day in the paper. I'm major St. Louis. But in about 1987 or 88, when I started doing sizable betting, I rooted against the Cardinals for 500 with all my heart. You know what I mean? Now I did. Yeah. So when I was against them, but now, as much as you've made your living on sports and you've found every angle, every way, you spy on accounts, you do whatever it takes to win. I didn't think you were a homer. I thought you could care less, but it seems to me that yes, you are considered a homer.
Oh wow! Well, I don't think I'm a homer, but I will say, in this Oklahoma City game, I always feel like I have less credibility when I'm picking a team from Oklahoma. I think I generally am against a lot of Oklahoma teams more than I'm on them.
No, not necessarily Oklahoma. I mean, like you ain't a homer towards Oklahoma. You've played against them a lot, but Andrew, wouldn't you say that? I would call you a regional homer. There's certain teams in your region over there that you tend to like go to the games, alma mater, and you probably got friends from there and you root for them. One of them's got to be Texas Tech, right?
Yeah, but that's not here. I don't live in Texas.
Oklahoma, Alabama. I mean, that's it. He's a 3-4 team homer. I mean, I don't know if that's really. I think that's pretty unprecedented. No, but I can't speak right now.
But Brian,
he's a homer. He's a homer.
No,
that's
but in order to be considered a homer, does that mean that you have to be in the home of that team? Like I'm a St. Louis Cardinals. When I don't bet on them, I'm a St. Louis Cardinals homer.
Right. Valid point. Okay, so I'm not an Oklahoma guy. I'm not even from Oklahoma. I just happen to live here. I'm typically not betting on Oklahoma teams or making a habit of it. I happen to really like Oklahoma City tonight. I think they're not only going to win the game tonight. I tell you, I actually think they're going to win the series in 5 games. I think they're going to win the next 4 games in this series, and that's how confident I am.
And we know I know you're not an Oklahoma theoretical homer or root for guy because you've bet against him a lot and you've recommended us to bet for him in football and all kinds of sports.
Yeah,
okay.
True. Yeah.
So we got
absolutely.
Okay, now let's you know what we're gonna do here, Brian, because they're asking for our selections. I'll go first. I actually have 2 baseball games. Miami at home plus $1.18 against the Cubs. I think they come back tonight. And I like the Angels on the road at Texas getting $1.11. Yesterday, folks, I went against Rick, but I'm not believe me, I'm not taking any good credit for it. I like Kershaw and the Dodgers. Rick liked Cincinnati. He was probably the right side. I needed a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th to get there. So I guess I wouldn't say that I was on the right side of that, but I got lucky. So
luck is better than skill any day of the week.
It is, but you guys are skillful. So what do you got for the folks besides this that Oklahoma you just gave out?
I like Oakland a little bit in baseball. And
Oakland. Let's take a look at this Oakland game here.
They're getting about $1.40 at home against Houston.
Oh yes. Let me see, and it is. Yeah. You love going against this Miley guy, right? It's
actually
Montez against Miley, right? Isn't it? Or is that the next day?
No.
No, excuse me.
That's
tomorrow. It's McHugh against Estrada, getting $1.40.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I was worried I was on the wrong day for a second.
I was on
bet tomorrow's game.
I was on the wrong day.
Yeah, I like that. I like I like the over in Washington a little bit, going over 8. And I also, kind of tempting taking Chris Sale as a dog, isn't it?
He's 0-3. He's 0-3 now. Remember, he was one of my favorite under 15.5 wins. Yeah, favorite fade was Sale.
Me too, absolutely.
Yeah.
Weird spot having him. Now, I'll tell you a guy who a lot of sharp guys faded every start last year is this Dylan Bundy for Baltimore. He will be he's getting a really big price, but it's probably still not enough for me to take plus 250.
Yeah, plus that's bingo in the background there, right? On the
that is.
Hey, what was I going to say? But
it's like his entire family's here, huh?
Wow, you got the whole team. That's Charlie. I was going to ask you, Brian, this Bundy, because Baltimore's been a earning machine this year, getting these huge prices.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. They have, and I certainly wouldn't want to be laying minus 250 going the other way, but I haven't really seen a lot of sharp accounts on Have you seen Baltimore in hot accounts today?
Not today, but folks, when we come back, we are going to confirm our plays, and we got one more for you. We'll be back right after this timeout. This is Fifth Street Sports.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Attention business owners. Now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for their business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com. That's MYEVOZ.com to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
All right, folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports, Sports Byline USA Radio Network, Oklahoma. Brian and myself, Frank Perez. Let's recap what we've given you so far today. All right, Brian, let's see if we check off. You like Oklahoma City against this Portland squad tonight, and you actually think that they just bring the broom out starting tonight in that series? Okay, let me ask you. So then you also, Brian, you also like the San Francisco-Washington game over 8, Oakland plus 148. I'm going with Miami plus $1.18, Angels plus 111, and in the Scott K. Krager, we do like your Orlando a little bit plus the 10.5. Hey guys, I want to make something clear. Like when I ask Brian what he likes and he's a little hesitant and I like this, it's not that he's just giving you something out there. He's actually simultaneously spying on very strong accounts and getting you info. So it looks like he's just throwing something out. But Brian, I seem to have lost your audio. Yeah. Are you back with us? Because we seem to have lost.
How about that?
Okay, you're back.
Oh, sorry.
You are back.
I get that. I get that critique of me all the time. People say, "Man, do you really like that game?" But usually when you see me kind of poking around like that, I'm going through accounts, hitting refresh, and looking for sharp accounts that match on games. So
yeah. So it's not like Brian's just throwing something out there, folks. He's actually like, I'm asking him for good info, and at the same time he's searching and looking, and finally he says, "I like." That's because he found something.
Right. Now, I also have a chimpanzee and a dartboard that if I need to, I will break out, for especially big games. But generally speaking, it's the spying and sharp accounts that you get most of my plays from.
Yeah, well, now, let me ask you a question. Did you ever think about raising Charlie or Bingo to fetch bats?
One of them's 14, the other one's 9. So it would be maybe like an old timers game that could be utilized in that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Brian, thanks, buddy. Good show. We will see you, folks. We appreciate you, and we thank you for watching us and listening to us at Fifth Street Sports. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern. Good luck tonight.